I'm not going to be alone. With me on this beautiful journey, covering this beautiful game in the whatever land, is going to be very, very good friend of mine, William has a CV which is longer than the paper provided to me here. He not only is a professional football player from the United States, he comes from a very big football family. His father played for Nigeria, the Nigerian national team. He himself has played for the US under 14, under 16 and under 20 national teams. And in the same World Cup, under 20 World Cup, where Messi became a global star. So he's played alongside him. And he's played in the MLS. So having him report directly to us as our personal correspondent for Home of the Champions from the USA is Will. And without further ado, let's welcome onto our show and now his show as well, to the Home of Champions, another champion, William, all the way from the United States of America. Welcome, as you can see, to the Cathedral of Football. And I've got like a actual cathedral, okay? But welcome to the show. I'm so happy to see you here. And you being someone who's played for the US national team on so many different occasions in age group, and even in the Under 20 World Cup, by the way, with Messi, with the same World Cup where Messi became a star, and with your dad being in the Nigerian football team, national football team, you've got... All of you who've been living under a rock, the results so far, Mexico 2, South Africa 0. Mexico is the third time hosting the World Cup. Whenever they've hosted the World Cup and they won their first match, they've gone on to the quarterfinals. So they are hoping they'll keep the record up. With a goal scorer like Julian, who scored a goal even this time. Who's Julian? Julian is the highest scorer in the Saudi Premier League where Ronaldo plays. So that's quite a pedigree. Then you got South Korea beating Czechoslovakia 2-1. Come on, South Korea. Rooting for them because they're Asian. And you got Canada and Bosnia 1-1. But Canada is really happy with that because they picked up a point for the first time in the history of football. They've done it twice and they've lost all 6 World Cup games. So it's a start. With USA winning 4-1, which is their biggest margin ever in the history of the World Cup. Now, with US, we're going to be bringing in William. He's going to be telling you lots of inside news about that match and after that match. So, I want you to be telling us about the 4-1, which US just thrashed. That's the first thrashing we've seen of any country. And I would say 4-1 would qualify as that.
Listen, it's crazy. This is the whole thing is full circle for me because I went to Nigeria's first game in America at 9 years old. All right, 1994, we hosted the World Cup. Now it's back here. This time around, though, we're expecting more from the U.S. Back then, there was no expectations. Now we're expecting more. And so for the first time, we're seeing this. They have the biggest win ever. We've never scored 4 goals in a World Cup. Everybody's expecting this. It's maybe a small problem we have. Maybe it's not too big of hopes, right? You come out in your first game, you want to get a win. But now that we've done that, the American public they're starting to believe. And you know what happens? You start to believe, you start to feel that you can get this trophy, but we'll see. We'll see. Long tournament.
Yeah, so see, it's football. And Leicester, okay? So and look at the odds, okay? 5,000-1. Trust me, US, if you go to the betting guy right now, he'll give you better odds than 5,000-1. So
for sure.
In football, that's why it's known as a beautiful game. And good, they believe it's good. So at least you get to see more and more fans coming out and supporting the game. And maybe, that's the kick it needs for taking it up the notch in the ladder of sports in the US.
That's what we need. That's what we need. I mean, the amount of people coming out there, the amount of people in the world that actually believe that football, what is called soccer, of course, here in the U.S., isn't a serious sport are completely mistaken. And you're going to start to see that as the tournament goes on and how it's well accepted. Football in America is huge. It has been huge and it's continuing to grow. Like I said, 1994, now we're 2026. The league wouldn't even exist. I started 2005, Chicago Fire. Played there a few years before leaving. The league and everything has grown. Teams have stadiums. People are going crazy about the game. It's completely different than what it was, and it's going to continue to go like that, which is something similar, obviously, that's going on in India right now as the World continues to figure out that Indian football is going to grow.
I wish. So we're going to have in our future episodes a lot of talk about that, because I wish we were anywhere near the US. See, I'm just amazed by the stadiums that I see. I mean, all of them are huge. They're all 70,000, 80,000 plus capacity. And then they are filled up. So I've heard that even for the national college games, where the colleges are playing in the finals, you get the whole city turning out. Like, you got 40,000 people living in the city, but you got 50,000 people in the stadium. Yeah. So that's amazing to see. That's what culture of football is known as, where you don't support just the stars. You support your team because they're from your city or they wear your color. Simple as that. So that's what culture of football is.
Lots of live feedback coming from the public. Hashtag home of the champions. Hashtag NewsX. Hashtag